idea. I'm not prepared at all. What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica. You just gonna get what you gonna get today, honey. I have no agenda. We have no agenda. We just down here talking, girl. I ain't watched nothing. I actually watched Baby Reindeer again. It's actually really good. It's a little crazy. It's a little weird, but it's actually really good. And I do want to talk about it with you all. Maybe that's what we can talk about today. But I would like to prepare for that because I want to have it up and everything when because I want to read some of your comments and stuff like that. So if you haven't watched Baby Reindeer, go watch it. If you've started it, go finish it. So that this week, one day this week, we'll talk about Baby Reindeer. I wanted to go live this weekend, but you know how that goes for me. You know how that goes. Let me make sure these glasses because the last few times I've been seeing a little glare on my glasses. So we didn't do much this weekend. Just ran our errands, did a little shopping, a little consumption. You know what I'm saying? A little consuming. Um, Hold on, I gotta go get my brace. So what was I saying? What were we saying? Yeah, so we just did a little shopping this weekend. I had to go re-up on my lip glosses, baby. When I tell you, so Juvia's, is it called Juvia's place? They used to have some lip gloss, but I was looking, I was at Ulta and I didn't see anything. I didn't see any. I just saw their lip color. I didn't see any lip glosses. I like to go to every brand. I like to go to every brand and see what their lip glosses give because I'm a lip gloss girl. Essence. When did Essence have? They got some lip glosses down to the Ulta. These are cute by Essence. I think these were like $3. This is not sponsored. I'm just letting y'all know. Would be good to put like in a little gift bag for a little girl or something like that. Little tween or something. And then I went through the lip oils. I'm on the lip oils. So I got Elf. I ended up getting two of these. This color is coral fixation. I ended up getting two of these because they're so pretty. Look how pretty that is. Oh, girl. And then of course this I haven't even opened yet, but because I just finished the other one. NYX. Is that what they call it? NYX? Do they call it NYX? I would just call it NYX. And then I ended up getting Opal because Maybelline has a hyaluronic acid lip gloss, and I usually get Sun, but this one I went and got Opal, and it's really pretty. I love a lip gloss, honey. And then I got this salve, the rosebud, old school rosebud salve. You know what this is. You know what it is. It used to come in a little tin. Remember this? Y'all remember this? Come in a tin. That's what the girls do. The makeup girls do. They put their hands up. Yeah, see the other one is Sun. It's over there. I don't feel like it. I love lip gloss. When I tell you I love lip gloss, baby. When lip glass, remember lip glass when it first came out, baby. My grandmother used to be like, if you don't get that chicken grease off your lips, I used to be like, yes, you couldn't tell me nothing, honey. And then when they started coming out with the colors, oh girl, shout out to Mac. Mm-hmm. Maybe I used to have the lip glass on. I used to I put a little dark little liner. The liner used to be dark, and then put some lip glass on. Y'all doing that now, but that's what we used to do back in the day. Well, that's what I used to do. Looking crazy. I got a picture with just my liner. It's just brown, girl. I don't know what is going on, and just gloss in the middle. Just my lips were just lined, girl. Eyebrows thin, girl. It's giving chola, girl. What's going on? What is happening? What is going on, girl? So what is going on down to the blogs?
I sponsor the now. Yes. I sponsor the blog. Let me tell you something.
So let's see what's going on. Let's turn. Is this thing on? Is this? Oh, so Chrissy. Chrissy had a birthday. Chrissy Lampkin. Chrissy Lampkin is so pretty, honey. Somebody was like, she has the best hair. She really does. Um, Somebody said, I didn't even, this is Oliver. He said, I didn't even know they were still together. That's beautiful. Her and Jim Jones. I honestly think if Jim Jones and Chrissy got married, they probably would already be divorced. They're probably still together because they are not married. Like Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell, they've been together. Hey Siri, how long have Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn been together? Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell have been together since 1983. Since 1983. His answer is from Sporkle.com. That's 40 years? 41 years? They've been together 41 years. Not married. Everybody else been married, divorced, married, divorced. Hell, Halle Berry been married two times. Everybody been married 2 or 3 times. Jennifer Lopez been married 3 times, 4 times. Hey Siri, how many times has Jennifer Lopez been married? After saying I do to Ben Affleck in July 2022, Jennifer Lopez has now been officially married 4 times. 4 times. Young Elizabeth Taylor. I think Elizabeth Taylor was 7 times. Who's been married the most of the time? What do you call it? The more times. The most. The more times, girl. The more times, the most. Who has been married the most? Elizabeth Taylor was 7 times. I think she's beat a public figure, Hollywood. I don't feel like asking. I don't care anymore. But Chrissy looks really pretty. Her hair is really pretty. She had a birthday over the weekend. Somebody said she is never going to age, just magic. I said her face card is just mwah. Chrissy has always been really pretty. Chrissy turned 53. She looks good. Do y'all do realize Oprah isn't married and she's a black woman? I know she's a billionaire, but they were together before that and still going strong. Legal marriage doesn't equate to a good relationship. And now y'all have to abandon, like, what if you need to make medical decisions? There's so many things in place to cover that when it comes to stuff like that. There's so many things in place. So you know, again, like, I think the girls are coming out of it, but because I did see, shout out to Burb and Bougie, I did see her talking about the way we never were. And I'm so glad that the girls are talking about it because I have been posting it on Twitter. I've been posting it on TikTok. I have been posting it on my IG, excerpts of that book, because it really breaks up the fantasy. It really gives you new information so that you can reevaluate your approach to a lot of the way that you guys are trying to approach marriage and the motivation behind your desire, what it's fueled by subconsciously and unconsciously and consciously, what it's actually fueled and how you're programmed to move in that direction and truly not even stop long enough to unpack why you desire this. You're just operating on a social engineering. And when you read books like The Way We Never Were, and if anyone has any other book recommendations that kind of dispel this fantasy, this nostalgia, where they've used television to program you to believe that these are how families are supposed to look. So now in your real life, you are operating and projecting that idea that doesn't exist. Now you're projecting it out to other people saying this is how it's supposed to be, and this is God's word and all this other stuff. Girl, come on. No, 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 no. We're not playing these games with y'all. And saying that, it's still like, I just saw over the weekend a male content creator with no top lip and a very thin mustache, still with the rhetoric about single mothers. When you read and actually educate yourself, you will hear and see that the outcomes are not different from those coming from 2-parent homes. You have to update the information. These people are talking about information that is so old that is not even relevant anymore. If they update their operating system, then their grift doesn't work anymore. They won't be able to blame solo parents for the outcome of the society. That you just can't do it if you update your operating system. Any person still trying to encourage you to invest in an institution that on average people are dumping after 8 years, then you need to analyze who that person is in your life, because they're not giving you good information. They're giving you old information. They're operating on old systems, and they're asking you to function, trying to function on old systems. Update it. It's time. It is. It really is time. Okay. Let's see what else. The only thing about Chrissy is I just hate that she proposed to him, because after I say all of that, the act of a woman proposing to a man is just no. I don't care how feminist you are. I don't care how, no. I don't care how equal you are. I don't care. No, it's a heterosexual woman proposing to a heterosexual man is no. If you're gonna do all you're gonna and then you start operating by like getting down on one knee and doing all of that weird stuff, all of it is weird. So even trying to mimic it so like and to flip it and mimic it, try to mimic it, it's just no. You don't do that. You do not do that. Y'all allow and my thing is, you ask a man to marry him, and then you take his last name. Like, girl, I mean, if you're gonna do it, if you're gonna get down on one knee, he might as well take your last name too. Like, and do you know how many have you ever noticed how men are insulted by being called their wife's last name? Have you ever noticed that? Have you ever noticed that? If like people get upset when we call Todd Burris, Todd Tucker. That's disrespectful to call him his wife's last name when she is positioned in the relationship the way she is. Yeah, that's Todd Burris. Girl, what you talking about? What you talking about? I know y'all I know y'all whirling around in booths. Your eyes twitching. Talking about Todd Tucker, y'all. Candy got a return on her investment, baby. She sure did. But I'm just saying. Oh, this is another post that I saw. Masika Kalisha. You know who Masika is from Love and Hip Hop, right? She posted this. She said, "Gay men, what does it mean when y'all flirt with a woman? This very obviously gay man was trying everything he could today. Try to pay my $500 tab." You could have just said, "Try to pay my tab." You could have just said that. Okay. Called me 50 different beautifuls and kept saying stuff like, "I'm not trying to holla, baby. I'm gay, but if I liked cat, I'd eat you alive." First of all, that's rude. I don't give a damn what you do. If you do the bending or you are are you getting bent over, it doesn't matter. That's fucking rude to tell somebody I would eat your coochie. If I was, that's not to me. I would, girl, I'm not, that's not. There was a woman that was being complimented by a gay dude walking down the street. He gave her the best compliment, told her she looked great and all this other stuff. I said, just give a compliment and keep it moving. All this, I would eat you alive and all this other stuff, I don't know. I'm cool, but I guess um, I said, well, maybe he's bisexual if he want to eat your cootie cat. So maybe that's what it is. I said he might be bi, but I mean, if he is bi, y'all know y'all think bisexual men are gay. I think we just talked about that. I don't know why that upsets people so much. Why does it upset you when I call out what the behavior? I don't understand that. Like y'all do call bisexual men gay. So why do you get mad when I say He's probably bisexual, but y'all know you call bisexual men gay. You do. um, bitch, and you ain't called me. We could have had a what? I don't know. Just because you are gay doesn't mean you're blind. You can definitely be attracted to anybody. He might find you attractive. Because some people like both. Masika ain't nobody said nothing to you today. Just please. Y'all so damn mean. I'll be wearing their ass out in the comments too. I be just because some people be saying some dumb stuff. They did a study on how lonely people make up stories on social media to get attention they lack. Exhibit A. Gay men, we love women. We love seeing y'all happy, safe, and living y'all best lives. I protect my female friends like they are my man. We just love y'all. And yeah, and then what happens is when I think I think I think that some women assume that because a man is gay, that he also just likes women, because there are some gay men who are misogynistic, just like there are some women who are misogynistic, just like there are some gay people who suffer from internalized homophobia, just like some black people suffer from internalized racism. Yes, it just goes like that. You are so like, oh my god, he doesn't like women, and he's gay. Well, I mean, everybody, like, that's literally how we're programmed under this system. We are all programmed to have some type of disdain for women that we have to unlearn. This is a very male centered society that we are operating in. So that's something that, like, everybody just has to unlearn. But maybe he's bi. That's my thing. If he's telling you he eat your cootie cat, maybe he likes women. Maybe he's sexually attracted to women. Maybe he hasn't, come to terms with that yet. If there's some gay men might be like, well, dang, I might like a little cootie cat. I might, and they haven't come to terms with that yet. Some, you never know. Just like there are some straight men who haven't come to terms that they are probably gay, right? Just like some straight women may have not come to terms that they're probably gay. That's why it's a spectrum, and people shouldn't be allowed, or not. People should not be forced to stay in a repressed box of I'm straight and that's it, or I'm this or I'm that. You like what you like. That's why it shouldn't be salacious when a man is attracted to a trans woman. It shouldn't be like, oh my God. It's just like people like what they like at the end of the day. And y'all always claim to be like, what? You ain't got to tell me what goes on in your bedroom. But every fucking thing is about something that's going to end up down to the genitalia and your sexuality. That is a big part of folks' identity. It is. But I think it's only fair as a human being to allow people to have a full spectrum of humanity. And if that looks like I like this, and this, or whatever, I identify as this, I dress like this, then so be it. This idea where everybody's running around trying to police how people show up is wild to me. And what people like, even weaponizing what people like. Like, people got upset with me because I said, when that story about with Chingy and Sidney Starr came out again, if you don't know, you've been living under a rock for 20 years. I don't know how long ago it was, but Sidney Starr lied on Chingy and said that they had some type of relationship. They never had it. You know how transphobic and homophobic that the black community, that society is, period. And so he lost out on opportunities because of that. And I said, well, if the community wasn't so transphobic, he wouldn't have lost opportunities for a trans woman coming out saying that we slept together, right? And everybody's like, well, she lied, right? She weaponized her identity because she knows that the community and society is transphobic. And she did that. She weaponized her identity. Yes, she was wrong. But if the society wasn't the way that it was, she would not been able to use that as a weapon against him. Get it? I'm like, what's going on? Why are we acting like we don't understand that? Yes, she was wrong, but she was able to use that as a weapon because society operates that way. So don't blame her, blame the community. She's like, oh, I can ruin this man, I can lie on him. But then if you think about it, like, what's the big fucking deal? She should not have been able to even use her own identity as a weapon against somebody. Y'all still really act shocked when you hear that a man has been with a trans woman. Like, come on, you literally plug in your car you plugged your car in, and you're like living in like low-key Jetsons time, and you're still like shocked that men that present, that are cis het men, are attracted to trans women, like, and or sleep with and have relationships with and are married to and all of that. Like, why are you still shocked? Why is anybody in 2024 able to use sexuality as a weapon? Puffy is using it as a weapon. Why do you think he videotapes men having sex with men? Because we live in a homophobic society. And if I have you on tape sleeping with a man, you're going to do what I tell you to do. Otherwise, I'm going to release this tape. I can blackmail you. I can't really, I can blackmail a woman with having sex with another man. I can blackmail a woman with having sex with another woman, man on another man, a married man. Like, these are why this is, having sex is like used, because you guys still weaponize sex as if people don't have sex and aren't attracted to what they're attracted to. Does that make sense what I'm trying to say? And I think when you're using your sexuality and gender as weapons, that is like, it's whack. It's trash. It's trash. But then nobody understands that you act like, well, why are you transphobic? Why are you homophobic? Why? Where did you learn that from? Who taught you that? Who taught you to even come out of your mouth and be like, well, I mean, I don't have to agree with how somebody expresses who they're attracted to. Agree, what is there to agree or disagree with? As long as nobody is being harmed, or a vulnerable, like a child or somebody just unable to give consent, as long we all know the things, animals, we know the things. I don't care what y'all do. That's what I'm saying. All the little freak offs and the parties and the stuff like that, he's able to weaponize those moments, those experiences, because we live in a society that will, obviously, Chingy lost opportunity. I don't know how much opportunity was available to him for him to lose and it affect his entire life. I don't know. But this comes up every, few years. It comes up again, and Sidney apologizes every single time. And if you have to apologize every single time it circulates, and that's what you're going to have to do. I feel like that's fair. We used to say that about Kevin Hart. Remember how he's tired of apologizing for his jokes about beating his child if he was playing with a dollhouse and stuff like that, and apologizing. When there's new awareness about who you are, people are going to start searching and doing research on you. And if you have to come out and apologize again, just apologize. If you're sorry, you're sorry. I'm sorry, I've said it before. You can rewind the tape, or even if you want to just repost what you posted last year and be like, here it is, I said it last year, it's coming up again. Boop, here's my apology again. I'm posting it. I'm ready to post it because it's going to come up again. So it's on you. You did what you did. Things happen, and y'all are literally in the comments saying he should be able to sue her for defamation. You're literally saying that we live in a society where it's damaging for a man to be attracted to and have sex with, or in relationship to, a trans woman. So much so that you say he can sue her for defamation. Do you realize how crazy that sounds? That's ridiculous. That you think that something is wrong with that so deeply that you can actually take somebody to court and sue them because they said that you were with a trans woman. Y'all don't realize how crazy that is? I'm just saying. It's a little weird. It's a little strange. Okay, let's see what else. Um Somebody said we admire women the same way men do, just not sexually. Right. And I think a lot of like, especially like straight women who operate from a place like male centered pick me type, like Masika gives me that kind of male centered pick me type. My life revolves around being in proximity with a man. Um, and so when a man shows attention, because we learn that men and women operate on a transactional level, and that transaction is if I'm paying for something, you know what is coming in exchange, right? So a man who does not want me sexually offering to pay for something for me kind of throws me off, because in my world, a man paying for something for me, I know that something else that has to be in exchange for that. I know how that operates. And when a man doesn't want me sexually and wants to make a transaction and really not want anything in return but just this beauty, you don't know how to act. That's my theory. So tighten up, girl. Aubrey O'Day says Diddy offered her a messy $300. $300? Is this right? Bitch, not 30,000, not 300,000, $300. This is $300. That's just a zero away from $30, girl. Oh my God. A measly $300 publishing rights deal in exchange for her silence amid his multiple lawsuits. It asked me to not be able to have access to my story. Yeah, that's one person. I've been waiting for her. Like, that's another. Aubrey is another person. And everybody was able to witness the way that he acted with Aubrey. I know she has stories. I already know it. And remember that in one of the documents, it said that he said one of the guys that does the interviews, I guess he was a security guard or something like that, and he said that he was going to get Danity Kane strung out and pimp them out. Basically, that's what his plans were for Danity Kane, and it kind of is on trend with the rest of his behavior and trafficking that he's been alleged of. Kind of on trend with that, and I'm like, yeah, I can see him. And then saying that and being bold enough to say that, like, yeah, I'm about to get these girls strung out and traffic them, pimp them out, and get them in this little ring we got going on down here. That motherfucker was crazy. Aubrey claims Diddy attempted to buy her silence for $300.
Actually give back the publishing rights to a bunch of artists on your label, which is incredible. When TMZ ran the headline, and I have a screenshot of it because I do want to call you out. I received the publishing deal. I know what it says. I know how much money it was giving me. I'll tell you, $330. $300.30 for a full release of all claims against Diddy and many other players.
At this point in time, what do you think his motivation was there?
I think he would probably be making moves to keep as many people quiet as possible. When I went to look at the publishing deal, it said anything but I'm being made whole financially again. In fact, it asked me to not be able to have access to my story and my experience anymore, specifically to stay silent and never speak poorly about a human. So then I realized something really bad is coming. That you are going to actually.
So something really bad is coming. Yeah, a lot of people said that. Like when he started moving stuff around and giving that, like trying, but at the end of the day, Now like the songs aren't even being played in a way that the people can actually make the money off. The money has been made already, been made and spent. Aubrey been on him since day one. Her story been the same since the beginning too. Nigga said, I'm gonna pay your phone bill, but you gotta shut up. Right. Y'all gotta stop. She's been speaking about him for years. This did not come out of nowhere. Y'all refuse to let Aubrey speak her truth that she's been speaking for years. She stood on 10 toes about that man and still does. One of them boys from the band recently did an interview too. He said Diddy threatened to purchase every home on his block and keep the lights off. That nigga needs to go. Y'all are only telling her to get over it and shut up because y'all don't like her. But those of us who were there and watched and rewatched as adults know that she kept her foot on his neck. I'm not arguing with facts. Exactly. Didn't she date Donald Trump Jr.? She'd need to be just as loud about them as she is about Diddy. Wrong is wrong and call out everybody. All I think about is day 26 walking for cheesecake and y'all trusted him. What song of hers is and was poppin'? Serious question. What? I don't know why he played her. She mentioned before her mom and dad both are lawyers. Baby, where's Dawn? I need to hear from Dawn and Farnsworth. Miss O'Day was smart with business from the beginning. She knew something was off. Y'all know Aubrey be on his neck. She definitely ready to tell her side. She has been telling her story for the last few years about Diddy and nothing has changed. I don't know what anyone says about, I don't care what anyone says about Aubrey. She has never changed what she said or how she's felt over the years. And I hope that one day soon she can tell everything. Yeah, her, Claudia, it's a lot of people. I'm trying to tell y'all. When I said the other day, everybody is a witness, I'm trying to tell y'all, everybody is a motherfucking witness. Everybody. In some way, shape, form, or fashion. Everybody, the motherfucking witness. Okay? Let me put on some of my lip dew. That's what my grandmother used to call it. Lip dew. What's that lip dew on? Do y'all like the applicators, the big applicators? Is that for them juicy augmented lips, them juicy filler lips? When y'all be trying to get your lips to look like this. They be going to the stores to get their lips like this. And then what'd be crazy is, well, I guess if you are a black woman who doesn't have the full lips, then you will go to and get, because every black woman doesn't have full lips, so we throw that out. Because I'm like, but a lot of us do. We rock a full lip. Mm-hmm. 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 The top lip looks like a bow. Mm-hmm. Anyway, that's all I really have today. I don't know. I mean, I feel like Aubrey been on Puffy. She been on him. So I'm just waiting for her to tell her story. Claudia to tell her story. Claudia can have her book come out. Um, I was on what's her name's live the other day. Elizabeth Ovensine, also known as Corinne Steffens, better known as Corinne Steffens. Um, on her live, and she was talking about, somebody asked her about her book coming out and she was like, I don't, a movie or a memoir or something like that. She's like, I'm not, I mean, that's something that you could really only do like one time. Like how many memoirs are you about to put out? So you need to wait till you get like a little bit older. I mean, because just keep documenting. It'll be a good one. You know what I'm saying? Even if you have to put it out in parts, but wait until you get. So she was like, I gotta wait. That's just something you don't put out two memoirs. You know what I'm saying? So I agree with that. But yeah, all the girls, they got stories to tell. I'm trying to tell y'all. They have stories to tell. As I kept saying, I cannot wait until Me Too and Time's Up reaches the music industry for real. Like Harvey Weinstein, that's fine. That's television. Then he's not the only one in television and film operating like that. He's not the only one inappropriate. He's not the only one, right? It's just a larger, it's just like it has to keep going out. But did you hear that Harvey Weinstein's conviction was overturned, and then R. Kelly's was upheld? Did y'all hear about that? So that's gonna be a little talking point for the people. Harvey Weinstein. Hold on, here it is. It says Harvey Weinstein hospitalized after conviction overturned. Maybe he'll croak. This is from USA Today. It says Harvey Weinstein hospitalized after 2020 RAPE conviction overturned by appeals court. It says Harvey Weinstein's 2020 RAPE conviction overturned on Thursday. They overturned the conviction after the court found that the judge for the 2020 trial handed down improper rulings. The case, which added momentum to the Me Too movement and spurred a reckoning in the entertainment industry and media, was part of a wave of allegations against the 72-year-old movie mogul. A week-long 2020 trial resulted in Weinstein's conviction, and a judge was sentenced him to 23 years in prison at the time. In Thursday's 4-3 decision, the New York court ordered a new trial for Weinstein, who will continue serving his 16-year prison sentence stemming from the 2022 California conviction for RAPE. We'll do everything in our power to retry this case and remain steadfast in our commitment to survivors of SA. A series of reports in 2027 detailed allegations from dozens of women and RNSA at the hands of Weinstein. Okay, now then R. Kelly, so that's Weinstein, right? Let me go back. This is Chicago Sun-Times. It says R. Kelly's Chicago conviction upheld by appeals court. The former R&B star is being held in a medium security prison in North Carolina, records show. He is not due to be released until December 2045. A federal appeal a federal appeals court in Chicago affirmed the 2022 conviction of a one-time R&B star R. Kelly, no relation, on Friday, noting that the even-hand jury added down a mixed verdict even after viewing those abhorrent tapes. The decision follows arguments in February that mostly revolved around the length of Kelly's prison sentence and whether the U.S. District Judge Harry Leinweber went too far by handing Kelly 20 years. What are you talking about? I feel like, personally, any crimes against children should be the highest of the laws, like the highest punishment that any crimes against vulnerable, like children and animals, vulnerable people. Yeah. I also feel like if it's a crime against the child, that you should be put away forever because children are always going to exist. So as long as you are alive and as long as children exist, you can't be around them. So we're going to put you somewhere else because no, I don't give a damn. Children will always exist. So you need to be away. That's how I feel. Crimes against children, I don't play that. Animals, I don't play that. The highest extent. Vulnerable people, the highest extent. Highest. There will always be children. Always. Lynn and Weber also ruled that Kelly may serve 19 of those years while serving a 30-year prison sentence for his racketeering conviction in New York. The Seventh U.S. Circuit the U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals panel ruled Friday that Kelly's Chicago sentence cannot be fairly assessed without reference to that sentence in New York, which Kelly is appealing separately. You already know what the convictions were. A jury also acquitted Kelly on other counts, rejecting the allegation that Kelly illegally thwarted an earlier 2008 state court trial that ended without a conviction. He's 57 years old. So they said about 20 years. So he'll be what, 77? Still able to come out and do damage to people. You shouldn't be allowed back into society because there will always be children. So no. There will always be young girls, and that's just it. You know what I'm saying? I think that's it, y'all. I think that's all we can talk about right now. I saved this about Aubrey. Let me see if there's anything else that I saved. Let's see. Oh, K Michelle or said Tamar said she was not talking about K Michelle. I guess K Michelle just had to remind you real quick, girl. It can get ugly real quick. It can get messy. Miss Westy. It's gonna get messy. Amanda Seals. The autism thing, y'all know, yeah, y'all know we talked about that, right? That she wasn't officially diagnosed, clinically diagnosed with autism. She's going on a self-diagnosis, but there are plenty of professionals, medical professionals within the autism world that say that a self-diagnosis, especially for adults, is accepted. It's acceptable. So are you saying that I like the white man needs to say that you have it in order for you to believe it? You can't look yourself. That's what they said for adults. I looked it up because I was like, I've heard of people self-diagnosing with autism before, like adults, and that's why I said because it's like hard to kind of get a diagnosis, especially I feel like on adults because you're really going off of like years and years and years and years of conditioning and programming. I think it's easier to diagnose children because they haven't been too affected by the world, and typically um their behaviors, they haven't modified their behaviors, right? Where Amanda says, I'm used to making people feel comfortable because I know I'm a lot when I come into a space. That's what she said to Shannon. She's been able to modify her behavior, right? So if somebody is trying to diagnose her, they're not really getting a true expression of her behavior. Does that make sense? So I feel like it's easier to diagnose children because they haven't been taught how to code switch or, change how, or respond to social cues, and like knowing like, oh, okay, when somebody says that, that's what I need to say, right? um or knowing what, the social cues are, or whatever the appropriate, or what's socially acceptable, blah blah blah, right? So I feel like adults, but like I said, if you go look up autism self-diagnosis, and you will see that a lot of reputable sources say that a self-diagnosis is acceptable, especially with adults. And that's my theory. That, I mean, I'm not saying that that's the reason why it's difficult to diagnose adults. My theory is because these adults have learned how to modify and cope in the society. They've already had the modifications. They may not, but they can only go by like what other people say about them, right? Or being like, oh, like their parent. Not like when she said like my mom looked at the symptoms and was like, yeah, this is kind of what I was dealing with you. You know what I'm saying? So she does. I mean, like, people keep saying she needs to take accountability for the way that people receive her. I felt like her apology, because was watching some clips of it. I felt like her apology, like when she looked in the camera and she was like, and if I did something to hurt you, I apologize. But then she like didn't pause long enough to say fuck you to the people who the apology isn't for. So like those type of cues, not knowing, like immediately saying fuck you after giving an apology, probably isn't going to land well, right? You probably like you were landing it by apologizing, but then as soon as you said fuck you, it was like whoop, went back up in the air. It's like, Yeah, you probably should have like waited a little longer to say. And for those who the apology is not for, f you. You know what I mean? So that's like kind of stuff like that. Um, I feel like she's not that bad. Like the way that people that go in, and I feel like the people that go so hard are the people who she gets on their nerve. Like Amanda, you can see Amanda getting on people's nerves. Like I could see. I said it the other day because she talks, she speaks with conviction. Her delivery is very like in your face. It's unapologetic, and some people do not like that. And if you are a know-it-all and you don't know when to reel it back, people do not like that. They do not like that. You can look like an ass kisser. People do not like. No, I do not like an ass kisser. You can come off as an ass kisser if you're one of those people like oop oop oop. I cannot stand an ass kisser. I am not in the frequency of kissing anybody's ass in this stage in life, professionally, personally. I don't give a damn. I'm not doing it. So we're not doing none of that. So that kind of energy can come off to be like, ugh, you get on my damn nerves. Um, I mean, I would like to hear like I shout out to Chris C. Diggy, shout out to him. He's worked with Amanda Seals, and he had his experience with Amanda Seals, and girl, what? You know what I'm saying? And that's my thing is you have to be mindful of the role that you play in somebody's life because they will tell their story. And of course, you ain't perfect with everybody. You're not going to be the spokesperson for how to act with everybody. Everybody has their flaws. And she did admit, looking back at myself, I could see why people have a problem with me. Okay, well, then you understand that. If you understand that why people have a problem with you, then you should not be asking for hugs from those people, right? And um and then those little awkward moments, like when she gave a shout out to D Nice and was like, what up, Derek? Like, and it was just like, where did that come from? You know what I'm saying? It's like stuff like that, like, girl, like that kind of corny, like it's like a little corny. And I can see where people have their things about Amanda Seales. She does not bother me because I can understand where she's coming from. I would, because I know the type of person she is, she doesn't bother me. And I would like take her in small doses. And she's aware, that's what I'm saying. I think she's aware of how she comes off to people. I think she's aware of how she comes off to people. But it's fun to say people don't like me and I don't know why they don't like me. You know why they don't like you because you have a big mouth. You run your mouth too much. You're that mouth. It's that mouth. How many times? And it's all those people who have gotten that. I've gotten that my whole life. It's that mouth of yours. That mouth. That mouth. That mouth. It's that mouth. It's that mouth. It's that mouth. I've gotten that my whole life. It's that mouth. I remember my grandfather used to say, "Keep your mouth," because I used to be like, I needed to get the last word. I've learned now a life hack is, girl, let the motherfuckers have the last word, especially if you a girl that has to get the last word, and you always have a snappy comeback for the girls. Let a motherfucker have the last word. Keep that motherfucker on red because they waiting for that snappy comeback, and let them have it. It's so much power in that. Let them have it because they waiting for you. They waiting for you. Modify your behavior. That'll fuck them up. You the one that has to change. They ain't gotta change. It's you that gotta change. Okay. Anyways, I gotta go, y'all. I gotta go. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. I'm about to enjoy my coffee. Log on for the day. Yeah, it's 50 minutes. I had to give you that. I had to give you that. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. What is this? I think that's all I had. Yeah, I get it. I get Amanda Silzo. I think that's all I had today. I'm trying to round it up. Anything else that we talked about? I just saw Scrappy saying he didn't want to shake Bambi's hand. Y'all, when I tell y'all another life hack, the bigger person shit is it. You always feel stupid afterwards because you knew that you extended something to somebody that was undeserving because you playing the bigger person. That shit ain't cute. I wouldn't extend my hand to shake Scrappy's hand if I was Bambi. Girl, what? Fuck you, nigga. Like, I don't give a fuck. I wouldn't be on any public platform like she was on Carlos talking about I still love him. Girl, fuck him. I don't give a fuck. Fuck him forever. We got beef forever, nigga. I'm on my Cardi B. We got beef forever. Forever. It's never no grace. No grace from me. I gotta go. I'm just saying I gotta go. Take care of each other, protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. Peace.